Hello, genealogist. It's Craig, and this is Just Genealogy. I had a question today from somebody about Fairfax County, Virginia. When was that actually formed? And the problem that she's dealing with is that she has somebody born, she believes, in 1742, and Fairfax was formed from Prince William County in 1742. Now, she also has information that someone has told her that the person she's interested in was born in Loudoun County in 1742. This is a problem we have as genealogists, the concept of county formation, in that Loudoun County did not exist in 1742. It didn't come into being until 1757, if memory serves me correctly. And Fairfax was created from Prince William in 1742. And by the way, Fairfax is a little funny because if you delve into it, Fairfax was in fact formed from Prince William and from Loudoun, but Fairfax was created in 1742, and Loudoun, was it possible for part of Fairfax to be created from Loudoun? Well, I don't know what the exact date is. I think it was in the 1790s. There were over time several petitions of the inhabitants of eastern Loudoun County to retrogress themselves back to Fairfax. Everybody pretty much east of Goose Creek was looking towards Fairfax. They weren't looking west because there wasn't anything west. So basically they were saying, those people who live west of us, they're crazy people. We don't like those people. They're not what we want. What we want are the civilized people who live to our east in Fairfax County. Therefore, we petition the General Assembly to allow us to retrogress part of Loudoun County back to Fairfax. And in fact, in that time period, 1790s, I think, although you could look it up, which I haven't done. So everything east of Dranesville Road, what is Dranesville Road now, or Dranesville Creek, maybe it's Dranesville Creek. Everything east of Dranesville Creek went back to Fairfax County and became Fairfax County. Now, you wouldn't know that unless you were from Loudoun County, probably, and a genealogist or a historian there. But you might get an inkling of it because there is this book, Virginia Counties, those resulting from Virginia legislation. So I was able to go to this book and answer the question of, on what day was, there they are, on what day was Fairfax broken off from Prince William? And on page 49 of this book, it specifically says 1742, May 27th, 1742. And then it goes on to say Prince William, semicolon, and part of Loudoun. And fortunately, I knew about the part of Loudoun, but it would have been interesting for somebody to read this and go, Loudoun? Why Loudoun? Because after all, Loudoun comes out of Fairfax. And let's see, while we're here, will we look and see if Loudoun is a fact 1757, and Loudoun is 1757, 17th of May, 1757. Now, is it important necessarily that you know the exact date of what county comes out of what county? Probably not, unless you're dealing with a birth in that year. Is it important for you to know which county comes out of which county, or which county creates other counties? Absolutely. For example, here's a family that has a child born in 1742 in either Prince William or Fairfax. It doesn't really make any difference. And you've been looking in Loudoun records because someone said on the internet that he was born in Loudoun County in 1742. Well, there were people in what is now Loudoun County in 1742, but they were in Fairfax. Or they were in Prince William, depending on when it is. So, and it goes Prince William, Fairfax, Loudoun, not Loudoun, Prince William. So Fairfax comes out of Prince William, and then Loudoun comes out of Fairfax. So there is such a thing as a county formation map that we have available that was published by John Vogt and Iberian Press. It's inexpensive, just difficult to pack. The detail, the grimy detail relating to Virginia formation can be found here in Virginia counties and those resulting from Virginia legislation. But there's another book also published by Iberian, and that's the Atlas of Virginia County Boundary Changes, 1634 to 1895. Now, this is very much like I've talked before about Dollarhide and his census map book, which for some reason I couldn't find today, and that really I found irritating because I wanted to use it as a sample. But this works long before 1790. This goes back all the way to 1634, and basically by decade it provides maps of county formation all the way up to the end. It also provides information on those jurisdictions that no longer exist. It gives you a final look at the Virginia counties, including West Virginia. It's one of my favorite maps. But this map, the reason for this map is to identify the creation of Grant and Mineral counties in West Virginia, which are the last two counties to be created. Actually, Mingo, there are a whole bunch, but in Virginia itself, Mineral, Grant, and Bland are the last Virginia counties to be created. Now, there are some West Virginia counties in that time frame: Sumner, Dickinson, Mingo, Lincoln. I think Mingo is the last one, formed out of Logan in 1895. So, and I find this very helpful, especially when I'm trying to explain to people what Virginia looked like in 1750. Because if you look at Virginia in 1750, the map actually in their map for 1751 to 1750, you can see that Augusta goes everywhere. Everything belongs to Augusta. And before it belonged to Augusta, everything belonged to Orange, until Orange got cut up. And you can see that here in the 1731 map, where Orange is this area right here. So, I find this Atlas of Virginia County Boundary Changes useful more than on occasion, but not every day. Very rarely do I go and look at Virginia county formation specifically to look at the legislation and to look at the date of formation, but there are circumstances under which I would do that. And today was an example of that. Someone born in 1742, were they born in Fairfax or were they born in Prince William? Now, I would be of the opinion that although I don't know where the child was born, that I would also be looking in the records of Prince William for the parents, because theoretically the parents should be there before the child is born. Although it's possible that they were traveling and the child was born like that, but the family resides in that area, so it really isn't an issue. So this has been a short one. This has been Craig. This is Just Genealogy. Send me your questions, and I try to answer them as best I can with what I have available to me. And as you are aware, I have a lot available to me. Do you know what it's like having a publishing firm that's bigger than some genealogical libraries? It is so much fun. Anyway, thank you all very much for listening to me yet another day, and there will be tomorrow. Oh, and subscribe, please.